Hello friends, this is your Glutes and Hamstrings strength sesh. My name is Liney. Welcome back to my channel. Today is day 4 of Forge, which is my 8-week resistance training program I've designed to help you build muscle and strength, but right at home using nothing but dumbbells. So on that note, all you need is some space to work in, a clear view of your screen, and of course, some weights. My weights will be there for you to reference, but simply use them as a guide. You can use whatever you feel like using today. Just remember, the heavier you lift, the harder this will be, the more stimulus you'll put on those muscles to adapt and to change and to grow. So that all sounds good. We have a warm-up and a cool-down included, and then the main workout consists of 5 different groups. There'll be some standing, some on the floor. We'll really target the glutes and the hamstrings all around, and it's gonna be nice and spicy. We'll repeat each group twice and work 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. So if you're ready, let's get moving. All right, meet me on the ground. With your feet together, your knees splayed apart. What we're gonna do here is press the spine to the mat and then lift the hips and drop. Lift and drop. Good, really using those upper outer glutes here. And the entire spine returns to the mat at the bottom. Okay, one leg extends, other knee is gonna come into the armpit, and then you're gonna flex your foot, push it out. Bring it in, and push out. Good. Try and draw that thigh as close to the ground as possible. Okay, grab the back of that thigh, bring the other leg in, keep the foot flexed, and we're kicking it out here. Really focus on strong, powerful kicks, trying to get that leg as straight as possible. Flossing out the back of the leg, getting the blood flowing. What we're gonna do now is we are going to take the leg that is kicking. We're gonna place it on the ground. The other leg extends and we drive. Warming up that glute. Really press your triceps and spread your hands into the mat to help stabilize yourself here. Quick, powerful single leg drives. Okay, and let's do that all on the other side. So we're gonna start with those happy frogs. Also getting that adductor or the inner thigh work in here, which is really nice. Okay, let's kick it out. Okay, let's switch the feet. Which one's planted? Just like that, and we drive. Exhale as you drive up. Squeeze that hip nice and high, the glutes. Power, you got this. For this next one, we are going to finish off the warm-up. So we're going to flip over into a down dog. And from here, walk your hands to your feet as close as you can, and then walk back into down dog, feet to hands. and take your break. Okay guys, we're gonna get started with the first group. We're gonna be on the floor, so get a nice heavy dumbbell, bring it with you. We're gonna start with cast glute bridges, which if you don't know, cast glute bridges are half rep glute bridges. So I'm gonna take one dumbbell and pop it across my hips. Feet are gonna be shoulder width apart, ankles right under your knees, like so. On the exhale, flatten your entire back onto the mat, and from here, we lift up all the way, down halfway. Up all the way, down halfway. And we're gonna stay here for 40 seconds, keeping it controlled. And this is your reminder that we are gonna repeat each group twice. So if the first time you kind of start a little bit lighter, and the second time you can choose to go heavier, really practice some progressive overload. Scoop those hips under. Roll it down. Okay, what I want you to do now is I want you to step your feet out as wide as your mat, so slightly wider than your hips. Turn your toes out 45 degrees, and we are going to lift up and hold for 3 seconds at the top before dropping back down. So remember, exhale, vacuum seal back to mat, and let's go. We lift up, hold for 3, 2, 1, slowly down. You can take those 3 seconds at your own pace. Just remember, try not to move faster than 3 seconds on the timer. Great, drop it down. Clear yourself of any weights. Next, we are gonna work on a little bit of stability and kind of activate those hamstrings a bit more. So what I want you to do, scoop the hips under, flatten the back, lift your toes up off the mat so you're balancing on your heels. From here, we're gonna lift up, press your triceps into the mat. We step out, out, in, out, out, in. Now, important thing here is as you step out, beware that you're not dropping the hips, okay? We want to keep the hips pressed up even as we come into the extended position. Roll it down. Okay, we have 30 seconds on the clock here. We're gonna go from the top one more time through all 3 of those movements. So you have enough time here that if you wanna grab some heavier weights, you can do that. I'm not exactly sure how much heavier I wanna go. I think I'm gonna go here, double up on these. So remember, we're gonna start with cast bridges. Only lowering halfway, but really squeezing at the top. Good. Sync your breath to your movement. So big exhales as you press those hips high, and then inhale as you recover down. Peel your knees apart so they're not collapsing inwards. Drop it down. Okay, you know the drill. We're gonna step the feet slightly wider, turn the toes out, and your knees are gonna track towards the toes, so don't let them collapse in. We wanna make sure we are using the abductors here. And we're gonna lift up with a 3-second hold at the top. Ready? If you're not feeling it, you should be lifting heavier. Okie dokes, here we go. We're gonna do those body weight walkouts. You can pop a weight on for these, but just be aware that without having your arms pressed to the ground, you're gonna feel a lot more unstable, because obviously if you have a weight, you're gonna have to hold on to it so it doesn't fall off. So rather focus on stability and control versus weight here for this one movement. Can't imagine, oh my gosh, just not being able to stabilize myself with my hands. Oh, I would cramp up all over the place. And we have a 45-second rest coming in after this. Give us enough time to recover before getting into another juicy tricep. And roll it down, hug the knees in. Fantastic. So what we're gonna do now, we'll stay on the ground for one more group here before we stand up for a bit. We're gonna focus on unilateral work. So we're gonna do 3 exercises, 1 time on each side. Back to back to back, 3 movements. So we're gonna start with a single leg drive. I'm not gonna go too heavy on these. And remember, what weight you use on one side, you will use on the other. So single leg drive, I'm gonna start on my left side, hooking the dumbbell to the hip or stacking it on top of the hip. We're gonna extend the opposite leg and then drive it in, lower it down, very similar to what we did in the warm-up. But now we have a weight on the hip. So the free hand that isn't holding onto the weight is pressing nice and firmly into the mat. And you're really focusing on using the momentum of that knee coming in to drive the hip high. Great, okay, we're gonna flip around so that the working leg, so the leg that was flat on the mat and not driving, is gonna be on top. I'm flipping around this way. We're gonna do some clam shells. Now with these, you're more than welcome to do this body weight or add a dumbbell right here. And we open and close. And as we do that, we lift the hip up and down. The insides of the feet remain pressed together. And make sure you're not collapsing into that shoulder. So press through the elbow, strong upper body. You're really gonna start to feel that bottom glute light up and that top glute as well. All right, drop it down, lower your body onto the mat. You can even support your head here. What we're gonna do is keep the bottom leg bent, extend the top leg. We're gonna touch the thighs together, try and touch the inner thigh to the ground. Lift nice and high, hold here, curl in and out. Lower, lift, curl, extend. Now as you curl, make sure it is simply just your knee bending. And as we bend, we don't drop the leg. So you're gonna keep it lifted, try and touch ankle to booty, and then straighten all the way. You can make this harder by moving the weight lower down towards the knee and easier by keeping it higher. All right, guys, we are gonna go back to the top here. So make sure you grab the same weight that you used for the single leg drive on the first side. We're gonna do each of those one more time on a fresh side. So You have new muscle to work with here. You should be able to challenge yourself from the top. Ready? Check with yourself, is your entire back flat against the mat at the bottom here? We're not arching. If that's happening, you need to tuck the hips under, close the rib cage by drawing the hip and the rib together. And there it is. Okay, we're gonna flip around for the clamshell, so just simply turn onto your side. Oh, we're up here. Not quite lounging yet. Here we go. Bottom glute is definitely gonna feel it here because it has already been worked a little bit more than the top glute. Come on, open that top knee nice and wide. Okay, drop it all the way down. Bottom leg can stay bent, top leg is gonna come straight, and you're gonna place the weight on that outer thigh. Ready? Lift from the side glute, hold it here, curl in and out and down. Look at your foot and tell me, is it parallel to the ground? So as your foot is flexed, we're not turning it up, we're keeping it exactly level with the floor. Yes, that small adjustment will really help light up that outer glute. And there it is. Okay guys, 45 seconds. Grab some water and let's get ready to stand on up. We're gonna start with some 4x4 sumo squats, which is just a nice way of saying we're gonna take them very slowly. So sumo squats, you're gonna have a nice wide stance with your legs, toes turned out, dumbbells in between the thighs. I'm gonna start lighter for the first one. Go as heavy as you feel like. So nice and wide, toes turned out, knees are gonna follow the line of your toes. Roll the shoulders down, dumbbells in between the thighs. Hips go back first, then we bend into the hips, keeping the chest up, and then come up without overextending. So keep a slight bend in the hip here. Go down slow, come up slow. See if you can count to 4. 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. 2, 3. Yes. 2. I don't even know how I just counted. Don't know if that made sense. Okay, next up, wide RDLs. So you're gonna bring your feet in just slightly, not too much. We're gonna have our dumbbells touching the front of our thighs. And the difference here for a wide RDL and a sumo squat is what initiates the movement. So instead of putting the knees down first, we are going to send the hips back. Keep drawing a line down with the dumbbells and then come up. So your chest does come forward slightly, but only because your hips are going back. Really press the outer feet into the mat as well, like you're trying to tear your mat apart. And make sure we're not overextending at the top. There we go. Okay, go ahead and grab yourself a moderate to heavy weight. We're gonna do a single leg deadlift. You have two options, either floating the back leg or keeping the back foot flat. Option one is easier. Pop up onto your back toes, hip go back. Keep the dumbbell in line with the shin, drive it forward. Option two, you float. Dumbbell to ankle, drive through to stand. Making sure the hips stay square no matter which version you're doing. And you lead with the hip back first, then the knee bends, and you drive through the heel to lift. And here's your 30-second rest. Shake it out. We're gonna go from the top. So starting with those slow sumo squats, then doing the wide RDLs, then we'll do the single leg deadlift on the other side. So for the first two movements, you can choose to go heavier. For the third movement, the single leg movement, stay with the same weight. Four seconds or 4 counts down, 4 counts up. All right, quick break. Sumo RDL, sumo deadlift. Hips back first, and make sure we're really lengthening through the sides of the neck here. So don't let those shoulders creep up. Come on, draw them back, engage the lats, the sides of the back. And let's finish this set off, this little tricep, with that single leg RDL. Same weight, same variation, evening things out. I'm gonna do one B stance just to get my bearings. Keep that dumbbell really close to the shin. Drop it as low to the ankle as you can. Okay, take a well-earned 45 seconds. And we are going to do one more group on our feet. So this one is going to be all about unilaterals, similar to the unilateral group that we did on the ground. 3 exercises on one side. So pick a leg. I'm gonna start with this one, and we're gonna do a reverse lunge with a twist. So you're gonna have your dumbbells in hand. As you reverse lunge, I want you to twist slightly over, framing your ankle with the dumbbells, and then stand. So a little bit of a twist as we step back. All the weight in the front foot the entire time. Slide forward, lean. Step back, start twisting over. Step forward, straighten out, hips square. Good. And make sure you lower all the way until the back knee gently touches the ground. Okay, give it a shake. Gonna stay with the same leg at the front. We're gonna do a wide, close, wide lunge. So, with your dumbbells in hand, you're gonna step back nice and far. Then you're gonna come close until the knee touches right by the front heel. You're gonna step it back again, and then drive forward. Now, as you can see, as I drive forward, I'm at an angle. Not upright, slightly leaning forward. And shake it out. Ready to finish off this leg here, curtsy lunges. So that same leg is gonna stay in front. We're gonna take the free leg back and across, only enough to come slightly behind and across, not so far that the hips open up. When you get there, you bend the knees, step up to starting position. And be mindful of your knee. Make sure that it is pretty much stacked right on top of the ankle. Okay, 30 seconds. We are going to make sure to repeat that all on a fresh new side. So by now, if you haven't already been sweating, sweat and heart rate is going up. Lunges are basically cardio. So starting with the reverse lunge with a slight twist. And be mindful that as you come out of the lunge, you're not pushing yourself up with the back foot. You are driving through the heel of the front foot to stand. Whew. Next up is going to be the wide, close, wide. And yes, we know these burn because we're spending so much time under tension by having to come in, out with that foot. The working glute has no chance. It stands no chance here. Ready? Forward lean, wide. Touch it in close. Step it back wide. And drive forward. Okay, one more lunge variation, guys. I feel my glutes for shizzles. All right, curtsies. Knee is touching down just on the outside of the front heel. Slightly back, but just on the outside. Oh, okay, my glute is burning. Good news, guys. We're on to the final group. We're gonna drop to the ground like a reward. And we are gonna finish off a little bit of glutes, a lot of hammies. So you ready? So go ahead and grab a weight. Remember that first warm-up movement that we did where we had the legs open, feet together? We're gonna do that here under load. So ensure here that you tuck the hips under, try and get your back nice and flat. Weight is gonna come across the hip bones, and you're gonna press through the outsides of the feet to lift and squeeze, and then lower back down. Now, as you lower, make sure there's no temptation for a mouse to want to move in under your back, AKA let there not be any sort of hollow hole. You're completely pressing it flat. And there you go. All right, guys. Next up, we're going to do some hamstrings. So we're gonna come into that extended position, if you remember, with our toes up and our heels flat. From here, one leg is gonna straighten. You can add a weight to the bent hip if you would like. Not necessary though, it's gonna burn regardless. We lift up, we lower down. Try and keep your knees level, if not have that raised leg just slightly higher. And really make sure that back flattens all the way. Okay, give it a quick rest. We're gonna stay on the same leg. We're gonna lift up in that single leg extended position and hold it for 40 seconds. Gonna burn, you'll be fine. We're in this together. Ready? Do your best. Try and make it as long as you can. I know 40 seconds, this is a very weird position. But we got this. Squeeze that glute, keep the core tight. Don't let those hips sag down. All right, come on, keep it lifted, higher. High as you can get them. Lift higher. You got this. Keep going, come on. Dig deep. And 3, 2, 1, roll it down, hug in that leg. Oh, it needs it. Okay, guys, one more time through tricep number 5, and then we'll call it a day. Starting off with the frog pumps. Bonk, bonk. You can totally do these body weight if a weight is too much. And let's set up. vacuum seal, tuck the hips under, drive it up, lower down. Make sure that both hip bones are touching down at the same time. We don't want a like staggered touchdown. It has to be even. Okay, let's finish off with the final unilateral and then isometric. We're gonna finish off with that extended glute bridge. Whew. Dig deep here. We have to make sure that we get through these 2 sets. Otherwise, we're gonna have lopsided booty cheeks and hamstrings, and we don't want that. Come on, lift it high. And relax it down for a second. We're gonna finish off with a 40-second hold. You could do anything for 40 seconds. It's really not that long. Mind over matter, and the matter don't mind. You ready? Really rely on your arms here to help you lift. Is that straight leg hip sagging down? We're not gonna have that. Come on, scoop it up, keep it lifted, keep it level. Whew. And 3, 2, 1. Oh. Relax it down, hug that knee in. Oh my goodness, my poor tender glutes. We're gonna head into the cool down now, and you'll be right here on the ground. So let's start by bringing one leg up, flex the foot, and gently pull and release on the thigh. Baby, baby pulses. Try and get that leg as straight as you can. Okay, we're going to bend the knee down towards the armpit. Try your best to grab the outside of the foot. And we're here in half happy baby. So really focus on drawing the thigh down besides the ribs, opening up the hip, really stretching out the hamstring and the inner thigh. And let's switch to the other side, starting with those leg pull pulses here. Flex that foot, really stretch out the hamstring. Feel the tension release behind the knee. And let's bend it. Ooh, it takes me a second here to release into this stretch because my muscles are so tight right now. This is why we cool down. encouraging those muscles to relax after they just did so much for us. The least we can do for them. Great. Rock yourself up into a seated position. Bring one ankle over opposite knee. Try your best to keep this knee pushed out. The closer you bring in the flat foot, the more intense it will be. So you can extend it slightly further to release the stretch or bring it really close. Maybe even rock side to side. And let's switch it out. Almost there, guys. We have 1 more minute of cool down. We're gonna turn to the side, bring one foot in to the inner thigh. Square your hips. From here, we're going to reach over and then reach for the foot. A little bit of a dynamic one. Great, switch it out, and let's do the same thing. Try and keep both hip bones planted through all portions of this movement. And if you want brownie points, I'm gonna encourage you to come into a straddle fold. While I say goodbye, you can hold it there as long as you want, really get those inner thighs stretched out. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed. Give yourself a big round of applause and a massive pat on the back. How are those glutes feeling? I know I struggled. So if you enjoyed today, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd love to have you around more often. Let me know which tricep felt the hardest and which one you enjoyed the most down in the comments. We always love to chat about that sort of thing. But otherwise, thank you so much for being here. I hope you feel proud of yourself for showing up today, spending these 40 minutes with you, yourself, and you. No one can take that away from you. I hope you have a lovely day because you totally do deserve it, and I'll see you very soon. Bye, friends.